I think Zoya started this, and Zoya and Farhan came to me, to all of us, and I thought that was the best thing that could ever happen. And I believe that they were the highest paid writers then. They're not leaving that position. Even now, look at this. But ये तो अच्छा है they didn't pursue acting. They didn't write for themselves.
Of course, we're very excited to hear from them, but in साथ साथ, I'd love to invite the captain of the ship, the director of this docu-series, Namrata Rao के लिए जोरदार तालियां होनी चाहिए. Namrata has worked in many super-hit Bollywood films for over a decade as an editor and is now making her directorial debut with Angry Young Men. Please give a round of applause. And of course, put your hands together for the pivotal force and co-founder of Excel Entertainment, Ritesh Sidhwani. A round of applause as Ritesh takes the stage. And writer, director, and co-founder of Tiger Baby, Rima Kanti. Thank you. I hope mics are with everybody, or magically a mic will appear. Salman sir, I'm going to start by asking you my first question. Thank you so much for giving me. Sorry, sir?
Before later. And I can say जो भी मैं बोलने वाला था सब बोल चुके हैं.
आपकी इजाजत हो तो.
Today, Zoya.
जोया के साथ शुरू करें. जोया जी, इजाजत है. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Zoya, I want to start by saying a big thank you to all of you on this stage. As someone who's grown up on the movies, we need more docu-series that tell us about the films. I'm sure you watched all of the movies so far, but is there something that was a discovery for you because, you started making this series?
I think what I discovered making the series was that nobody really knew what happened. And after making the series, we've discovered we still don't know what happened with them. Nobody knew.
In the next season.
That's the next season.
Season 2.
Yeah. So
that was really controversial.
So yeah, somewhere you discover that no matter whatever happened, there was a respect intact. And that was like no one spoke beyond something, and I think that was something heartening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shall I go to Farhan?
Please do.
Thank you so much. Farhan, I hope the mic is magically near you. Thank you so much. I want to ask you how Salim Javed's work has inspired you as a writer and filmmaker, and then I'll ask you my next question.
I think all of us who grew up in the 80s and were children of the product of films that were made in the 70s, we all carry the legacy of Salim Javed within us. It's not about just being a part of their family. It really is, as audiences, as viewers, the impact and influence of their film on all creative minds was just, it's undeniable. So it has influenced my work. When I write scenes, it's not about emulating or copying consciously, but there is a certain darja, for the lack of another word, that was given to the parts that they had written, and every character contributed in some way, had a personality, had a way of speaking, had a moment in the film, and I think that is subconsciously kind of come into the kind of writing that we do.
In fact, a more pointed
In all of us.
Absolutely. In fact, a more pointed question would be, is there a standout piece of advice that you perhaps might have received when you were undertaking your journey to be a filmmaker yourself?
A piece of advice that my dad gave me, he said, we come from a long tradition where sons never listen to their fathers. So please don't listen to me. Go ahead and do whatever you want. So I tried my best to follow his advice.
Thank you so much for not listening.
We have no choice because this angry young man, I think my father is the angry one. So we still listen to whatever he says.
So, Mother, I have to once again start off by thanking you, all of you, for giving us this series.
Thank you for hosting this.
Thank you. And I'd love to ask you, the spark or the idea of creating this docu-series? When did it come about?
I think Zoya started this, and Zoya and Farhan came to me, to all of us, and I thought that was the best thing that could ever happen. And I believe that they were the highest paid writers then. They're not leaving that position. Even now, look at this. Or ये तो अच्छा है, they didn't pursue acting. They didn't write for themselves. नहीं तो look at them. आजकल भी ऐसे दो हीरो नहीं मिलेंगे आपको. है ना?
What about you? Pritesh, I hope Mike is near you or will come to you. As someone who entered the film industry without any prior connections and has achieved so much success, how did Salim Javed's legendary work and mentorship influence or shape your creative journey?
I mean, I think you're right. I had no exposure to films till I obviously read Dil Chahta Hai. But I think a lot of it came because from school. I remember Javed uncle used to be at holiday working there. So I used to go there because our school was right across. I used to hop across there with Farhan. And I mean, I would see some part of the process of what was the magic behind, right? So I think I got into it at that point. And then obviously you've grown up watching these movies in the 80s. And I think even today, like, and with Salim uncle, most of my interaction started after Dil Chahta Hai, because I remember after the movie release, Farhan and me, for most of the friends would go invite him, and obviously knew the families, Shoaib, Arba, Salman, all these people from C-Rock days. So, I mean, there was a lot which was there. So, I mean, I think there is a lot of influence in the work today because you've seen the stories they wrote, the way that the nuances of the screenplay, the characters, the emotional connect they had at that point, and it's even valid today. So, I mean, to be honest, even when I read a screenplay today, I try to find that connect and that emotion with which you can relate to and identify.
Thank you so much for that.
And we in our industry are used to, we have to work under a lot of pressure. And he was already used to it.
He let him say it.
You please say. Because Malik's pressure cooker belonged to him. So he'd already come from that background of working under pressure.
Well, I must say, I have one of the finest co-hosts with me today, and that is Mr. Salman Khan. Thank you so much, sir. So lovely. Reema.
Thank you, पैसे उठा लेता हूँ. आजकल बहुत उठा रहा हूँ.
Reema, I hope Mike will be with you soon. Excel Entertainment, Tiger Baby, and Prime Video together have given us so many great stories. Whether it's Made in Heaven Season 1, Season 2, Someone Make Some Noise, it's my favorite show. Yes, thank you. The Hard, thank you for The Hard very recently. I think this is amazing, this partnership between you and Prime Video. So, what do you think this is going to do to that partnership? Ariana.
It's wonderful for us to partner with Prime, Amazon Prime, and it's going to drop in 240 countries. And to me personally, I mean, apart from it being them being a huge contribution to the film industry, when I watch the docu-series, it's like two tigers who've done this beyond all odds. So there's a rags to riches story, there's a beyond all odds kind of story, and I think it's very universal, their journey.
Thank you so much for sharing. Namrata. Yes, a round of applause for Reema, please. Thank you. Let's keep that going. Thank you. Namrata, first of all, congratulations. This is an outstanding moment, and it's amazing that this is your directorial debut. I'm going to straight up ask you about this creative journey from the start. I know we may not have time to go through all of it, but tell us something about the start of it.
Well, I mean, I've been an editor for 15 years now. And when Zoya asked me if I would love to do this, if I would want to do this, I was like, yes, because it just seemed like a great subject. And it was much more than what I thought. It was so amazing. It's been quite transformative for me. Yeah, it's been a great learning experience, and it feels surreal that it's happening, that everybody will get to see it. We've poured our hearts into it. We've worked on it for a long time. And I hope everybody can see it and enjoy it.
So wonderful.